Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm on day 14 of posting 30 days in a row, and today we're going to talk about basic commands and how, if we follow them, they can change our lives. Now I'm going to be talking from the Bible about the 10 commandments and Moses, and also I'm going to be showing you how teaching our dogs some basic commands could be really healthy for their lives too. So I'm going to start with the Bible, which is always a good place to start, isn't it? So in the Bible, in Exodus 35, it says that Moses had been up the Mount Sinai, and he went up there to speak to God, and he had a really long time up there with God. He was up there for 40 days and 40 nights, and he was conversing with God, and God told him to write the 10 commandments down on 2 stone tablets. So Moses had been up the mountain and the 10 commandments were given to him by God, and they are, I'm going to read them to you now. The first one: I am the Lord your God, you shall not have any strange gods before me. So God just wanted us to follow him and no other gods, no other of the gods that are around now from other religions, from other faiths, just him. And the second one: you shall not take the name of the Lord God in vain. Now we hear loads of people nowadays just saying, oh, Jesus. They use Jesus' name as a swear word when they, say something out loud. And people just don't know. They don't know. They just do it as out of habit, really. But God actually said that's one of the commandments. So that's a real important. These are the 10 rules which mean so much to God. The third one was remember to keep holy the Lord's day. Now, God had already spoken to Moses and he had said work 6 days a week and keep Sunday to be holy. So that was what he meant by that, keep the Lord's day holy. And number 4 was honour your father and your mother. So these are really basic rules and commands to live by, but how important are they? If mankind lived to these commandments, be incredible, wouldn't it? So honouring your father and mother, we're seeing in society nowadays that that's becoming a lesser thing, and it's so important, isn't it? It's so important. The 5th one: you shall not kill. Standard. Don't do it. And the 6th one: you shall not commit adultery. So not have any adultery. So Jesus even went further in the New Testament, saying even if you sort of idolise over or fantasise over another person, that's as bad as being adulterous. So it's a really important thing to God that you just stay with the partner you've got and don't commit adultery. You shall not steal. Number 7. Number 8, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbour. So don't tell lies about not just your neighbour who you live next to, but about any man. So don't bear any false witness. It's really windy today. I hope you can hear me okay. I've got a microphone on today. I've gone up a little bit today. I've put a bit of technology on rather than just from the camera mics. So that was number 8. Number 9, you shall not covet your neighbour's wife. So these sound very old-fashioned, don't they? But one of the rules, really is don't mess around. Don't go off with somebody else's other half, and don't. I know it's a bit like the adultery thing, isn't it? But to even cover them, to even have thoughts about them and stuff like that, God was saying, don't do that. Stick to the family you're in, love who you're with. And number 10, you shall not covet your neighbour's goods. So don't be jealous about anything. Don't try and don't keep up with the Joneses, as they say, where somebody's got a lovely car next door and you really covet that and you really want that and you really go out of your way to want something like that, just because it's almost like jealousy. So basically God's saying, don't be jealous of what fellow people around you have got. Just be happy with who you are and what you've got. So that's the 10 commandments, and God gave us those 10 commandments, obviously in the Old Testament, but Jesus never ever said don't do them when he was having his ministry on earth. He still stuck by the 10 commandments, and even went a bit further and added love into them and added on to them in a way, in a really, really good way. So with that in mind, if I wonder which ones, some of them are pretty much what we'd do anyway, aren't they? We wouldn't kill, and you know, some people do obviously, but there's a lot in there that if you unpack it, there's a lot in there which actually, if we lived to those very basic 10 commandments, humanity would be in such a better place, wouldn't it? There wouldn't be wars. You know, there wouldn't be any of that. If you didn't covet someone else's land, there wouldn't be war over that land. If you didn't covet someone else's wife or family, you know, didn't covet, by the word covet, I mean want. If you didn't want those things, then there wouldn't be strife and divorce and problems like that. So it just makes you think, doesn't it, that those basic commandments from God, really, he gave it to us really easy for us to understand, and we still fell away from it, sadly. What you got? What you got? What? Go on in. Go on in. Now that brings us on to our dogs. So by teaching our dogs basic commandments like heel or sit or recall's a really important one. And I'm working on an ebook at the moment. I'm going to give it away for free. So you're more than welcome to download it when I put it out there. I'll probably do it this week sometime. And yeah, those basic commandments can actually mean life or death, just as the 10 commandments can mean that to us. By not living by them, we end up separated from God, which actually affects our eternity. And also we can end up doing some terrible things to each other as humans. Whereas with dogs, basic commandments might not be quite that drastic, but actually they could save their lives. So if you've got really good recall, you can stop a dog getting hurt by going into a situation it shouldn't, a busy road or another dog attacking it or something. And also sit, stay, little things like that really help in a dog's psychology and how it looks to us as a leader for reward and being looked after. So putting these little commandments on our dogs is a really good thing. Now I'm going to show you a few that I did earlier with the dogs, and I hope you enjoy them. Here they are. Bonnie, sit. Good girl, and you, Ruby, well done. Bonnie, lay down. Bonnie, down. Good girl. Bonnie, spin. Bonnie, spin. Good girl. Bonnie, heel. Good heel. Bonnie, spin. Yeah. Bonnie, sit. Wait. Bonnie, down. Come. Good girl. Bonnie, heel. Good heel. Well done. Bonnie, spin, 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 spin. Yay! Wait. Good girl. Bonnie. Bonnie. Yeah, I hope you like those. They're really basic commandments to do, but it actually really pays off. So, just as we should follow God's rules about life, because if you believe in him, we know that he created us, and following his advice, obviously we've got our own free will, we can make our own choices, which we have done, which is probably why the world's in such a mess. But we live by that, don't we? And also teaching our dog some basic commandments is not only fun for us, but so builds that bond. Just as we build a bond with God when we follow his teachings, and he shows us how much he loves us through those, then it's the same with our dogs. We build up that bond and that love by having some real good fun with them, but also protecting them from future problems. I hope you enjoyed it today. I really enjoyed making this one, and see you tomorrow. Take care.